In Excel, as with all other Windows programs, you have to know how to select your data if you want to modify it. So let's take a look at a few techniques. Well, some are pretty straightforward. Put your mouse pointer here at the beginning, and you can just drag. And as long as you don't let go of the mouse button, you can reduce or enlarge the selection area. Okay, that's great. But what if you wanted to select some things that are not quite so straightforward? Well, let's do this. Click on the first cell here, A5. Now, if you scroll down, you can see there's the end of the selection area. Well, it could be kind of hard to try to drag to select that because Excel starts doing that. It can scroll much faster than you can select. I'm just going to press Control Home. So here's an easier way to do that. Click the first cell, scroll down. I'm just going to use the rolly wheel on the mouse. Put your mouse pointer on the last cell there, and before you click, hold the Shift key down. So if you Shift click, now you can select that entire area. And you could go in reverse too. Just click to deselect, click the last cell, go up here and Shift click the first one. Now, let's say if you know where you want to select to. So, for example, this cell here we know is cell G28. Let's click over here and now click up on that name box. Now, if you simply type G28 and press enter, your cursor goes to G28. Wow, that's great. But if you click there and click in the name box, type G28 and press Shift enter, now you can select that entire area. So if you want to select large areas of cells, I think that's a pretty good way to do it. Well, you could also select random areas. So for example, let's select this row, hold the Control key down, and with the Control key down, you can select random areas, even individual cells, as long as you're holding the Control key down, and then click anywhere and you can deselect. Now, you could do this with entire columns and entire rows. So, for example, you can click the header for column B. And if you hold the Control key down, you can click headers for other columns and select other columns. Why would you want to do this? Well, maybe you want to make them bold, so you hit the bold button. Or maybe you want to make them italic or some other formatting. So that's what that's for. Now that's the Control key. If you click the header for column B and Shift click the header for column G, now you select all of them. You could also drag to select. Make sure that it's a down arrow. Then you can drag to select. And rows work the same way. You can click a row, hold your Shift key, and then Shift click to select more, Shift click to select fewer. If you use the Control key, you can select one and any random other rows that you want. And again, you can click somewhere to deselect. Now, if you wanted to select an entire column or an entire row, of course, you can click just the header of one or the header for the other. And there's a little shortcut for that. If you press Control Spacebar, you can select an entire column. If you press Shift Spacebar, that will select an entire row. Now, what if you wanted to select this whole data area? Now, this data area begins at row 5, ends at row 28, ends at column G. This is what's called a current region in Excel terminology. Click anywhere in this current region, and to select all the cells in this region, press Control A, and that selects all the cells in that current region. But what happens once your current region is selected and you press Control A again? That selects the entire sheet. So if you want to select all 16.7 million cells in the worksheet, and the current cell is a cell there that's surrounded by other cells, just press Control A twice. Well, what if you have a cell out here that's selected that's surrounded by empty cells? Then you only have to press Control A once. Now, there's another technique. Over here in the upper left corner, where the columns and rows meet, is this little gray box. Click that, and that always selects all of the cells in the worksheet, not just the current area. And again, why would you want to do that? Well, maybe you want to change the font. Now, I'll click the font selection here, and I'll choose something else. Now I've changed the font of all of the cells, including cells that I haven't typed in yet. So as long as you know how to select and how to move around in the worksheet, you're going to find that you're doing Excel much faster.